Mhm.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to day July 22nd. Welcome to our weekly webinar. Please make sure that you have paper, pencil, somewhere to write down all of the notes and everything that we're going to be learning today. Angela has prepared this amazing presentation. So let's say hi to Angela. Hi, Angela. We're so ready to listen up to you.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. And we will start right away with our agenda. So today we're going to be talking about kids care. Again, we've been talking about that new set that came out, but today we're going to go through some frequently asked questions, some FAQs that tend to go along with caring for kids. We'll continue working on our challenge with selling with direct product links. And with using our needs cards in different ways. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how do we get those needs cards virtually from your consultant app? How do we use them in our social media with good hook phrases? We can add them as little stickers. We can do all different kinds of things to make them really visible because we always want to be selling based on our customer needs. So that's a really important tool for us. And then we're going to do a few reminders of things that we've been working on just to make sure that you have been able to put them into practice and really master those skills this month because we've kind of done a lot of different things. So we're going to start off by talking about that kids care set and frequently asked questions. So when we are promoting products that we're going to use with children, we just want to make sure that we're always giving accurate information, that we're answering parents' questions appropriately, correctly when they're asking us how to use the products and with whom, etc. And if you do end up with any other questions after our FAQs, feel free to let us know and we'll try to touch on those later as well. But we just want you to feel really confident in giving good, accurate information about caring for kids with our used products because, man, there is so much that our used products can do. Kids get sick often, they get bumps and bruises often, little cuts, things like that. They need a lot of special care. So as you know, we have the new kids care set that's on promotion this month. And we want to make sure that as we're demonstrating it, as we're talking about it, people are going to reach out with questions, right? Can I use this on my 1-year-old? Can I use this on my 6-year-old? Can I put this way and this way, right? We want to make sure that you have good information. So let's go over just a little bit of kids care safety in general when recommending used products. Always recommend that your customers check in with their child's pediatrician, especially under the age of 1. And you will even see for some of our products for ages 3 and under, right? So we say this because we don't know all of their existing conditions, if they have anything else that might affect them. We are not pediatricians ourselves. We are not medical professionals ourselves. And some symptoms that their children might be experiencing could be related to other illnesses. And so we just always want to make sure that we're recommending herbal remedies and essential oils as a complement to their medical routine, but not a substitute for medical care. Yes. So every time someone asks me about any product for their kids, I always start off with I recommend that you talk to your pediatrician first. And then here's how I would recommend that you try this, right? And also with any customer, but especially with kids, always remind them to do a skin sensitivity test before applying any product on a larger area. So a skin sensitivity test just means that they put a small dot or dab of the product on their forearm. They leave it there for 30 minutes and make sure that there's no reaction, itching, swelling, redness, or anything. Because, you can be allergic to essential oils. It's not very common, but you can have a reaction on your skin sometimes. So some general guidelines for infants and children. This came from an aromatherapy course that we had available a while back. But when you're looking at different age ranges, people ask about this a lot, and these are just a few general rules. This does not apply to every single child, but these are general rules. Again, we always recommend that parents check with their pediatrician because the kid might have some pre-existing conditions and things like that that we don't know about. So essential oils are not generally used with newborns. If someone's asking about, oh, what can I use with my newborns? That would be only our Aroma Blends body oil because it just has like a blend of nourishing oils that soften the skin. So you would not add any essential oils to that. It would be just our Aroma Blends body oil. Could be used for moisturizer if that is appropriate for that newborn. If they're talking about infants 4 weeks or older, we could start using chamomile or lavender essential oil, but you always want to dilute it to a very low concentration. So chamomile oil or lavender oil would be about 1 drop to a teaspoon of body oil. Always keep it away from their face, which is that skin is extra sensitive. But small amounts, sometimes a little bit of chamomile is mixed with a carrier and rubbed on their tummy if they tend to have tummy issues, things like that. So and both of those are calming for that overstimulation as well. But again, always checking with pediatrician, especially with those little tiny babies. When a child is about 4 months, we can do the things that we recommended earlier, chamomile, lavender, or the body oil. But you can also add in neroli. That would be 1 drop to a tablespoon or a teaspoon of body oil, always diluting to a very low concentration. At a year, we just want to avoid irritants, which would be like citrus, mint, anything that might irritate their skin, and always diluting with a carrier to that same appropriate amount, right? So a very low amount, 1 drop to a table or to a teaspoon of carrier would be appropriate, just avoiding irritants. At age 6, you can start using about half of the adult recommended dose. If you're not sure what that half recommended adult dose is, go into your product yield chart. You can go to your consultant app or your virtual office. I usually go to virtual office training, product training, and there's a whole chart that says how much to use, how often, etc. And at age 12 or higher, they can use their normal recommended dose, kind of the same as adults, just always do that skin sensitivity test, etc. And really, if you're using diffusers in your home, you can use those with children of any age. Just make sure that you're conscientious of how they react to them, etc. And you want to start at low concentration so that we're not overwhelming their senses. So usually start at 3 drops per 100 mils of water in a diffuser. Sometimes you can work your way up to about 7 drops, but you don't want that to be super concentrated. So any questions about that? Let me know in the chat. Is there anything you did not know before that is new information to you from that first bit of our FAQ? And in the meantime, I'm going to go over quickly again the products that we have in that new kids care set. We have the tea tree, manuka, and rosalina cream. As we know, it's disinfectant, fungicidal, anti-inflammatory, analgesic, healing properties for scratches, redness or skin scrapes, cuts, splinters, scars to help in skin regeneration. And it's also great for skin with acne due to its antiseptic properties. I actually use this as my moisturizer when I get kind of like hormonal acne around my mouth. I switch, and this is my moisturizer during that time. It does not block your pores anymore. It's just moisture and all the great effects of tea tree. And so some FAQs you might hear about this product. Can I use this on my infant's red irritated feet? This is something that I talk about a lot on TikTok. And it's the thing that people reach out to me the most is using tea tree for feet, because toddler feet, they just pinch their toes together and their toes just are very high maintenance. So a few things. Always talk to your pediatrician first. Like, this should be the first thing out of your mouth or in your message every time, right? So we're so happy you're interested. We can't wait to share these high quality Swiss products with you. Now, when we're using this with kids, we always check with our pediatrician first. Sometimes redness and irritation can be caused by illnesses such as hand, foot, and mouth disease, etc. So whenever someone asks me about feet, I usually try to bring that up. But just like, make sure that you've talked to your nurse's line or your pediatrician first, just to check your symptoms, make sure it's not something else. And then if it's just like dermatitis or like a little bit of athlete's foot, like a lot of times kids' feet are just irritated. This cream can be used in cases of dermatitis, athlete's foot, etc. But it does add moisture to the area. So if the kid's feet has an excess of moisture and that's causing the athlete's foot, then a cream might not be the best fit for them. So for some kids, this works great, but sometimes if they have like a sticky foot texture and they have a lot of extra moisture, they might want to just keep the feet clean and dry. That's like for everyone. And they could try applying tea tree oil or spray, so that without adding extra moisture to the foot area. Does this cream cause a burning sensation or pain when used on cuts or scrapes? No, tea tree cream does not normally cause a burning sensation in the average case. It adds moisture and helps boost skin regeneration, making it ideal for scabs, scrapes that have begun to heal. If I have like an open cut, like I cut myself on something, I usually prefer tea tree oil at first and then move into this once the skin has begun to heal. But for little scratches and scrapes and stuff like that, like, go ahead. This works wonders, and it helps so that kids aren't like picking at itchy like scabs that they get. So again, lots of things that you can share with parents and guardians about using that tea tree cream. Any other questions about that, go ahead and add them in the chat. We'll try to get those to those later. Then about body balm, we know this is great for preventing and reducing bruising, muscle cramps, and refreshing us. So some questions you might get would be, can I use body balm on bumps and scrapes, right? My kid falls off their bike. I don't want to get all bruised up. Now, remember, body balm should be used on bumps and bruises when the skin has not been scraped open. The kid is not going to be happy if you put arnica and witch hazel in an open cut because it's going to burn a little bit, right? Or sometimes a lot, depending on how scraped up they are. So just tell your customers this is for like bumps, but not scrapes. So you would put this on and just make sure that they inspect the area before they put it on, so that the child doesn't have to experience any stinging sensation. Another common question you might get is, can I apply body balm to a bump on the head or the face? Yes, you can. Keep it away from their eyes. And always, if it's a big bump, you do have to check in with a medical professional for any major injuries. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. Okay, lavender cream. This is used for so many things. So it calms our skin, great for diaper rash, calms nerves, moments of stress, promotes relaxation and restful sleep. So some FAQs that come along with this. Can lavender cream be used on diaper rash? Yes, it's gentle. It's a natural option for diaper rash, but do always have customers do that skin sensitivity test before applying it to a larger area. And usually you'd want to start using this at 4 weeks, right? So following those same guidelines, we're using a little bit of lavender and chamomile, properly diluted, small amounts with infants 4 weeks and up. But again, we're always telling our customers to consult their physician, their pediatrician first. And how much lavender cream should be used with children. So let's say you have children who are struggling to fall asleep at night. They're going to have a little bit of lavender put on the back of their neck, behind their ears, or on their temples, etc. An adult is always applying it, but it would be about a 1/4 teaspoon. That could be used twice a day or as needed. Same for on their skin, etc. We want to keep it in smaller amounts. Okay, so that would be half of the recommended amount for adults. Questions? Okay, for Melissa, bath essence, of course, for that overstimulation, trying to help them calm down, get ready for a restful night's sleep. Sometimes you might hear questions like, can Melissa bath essence be used with infants? So here's the rules, right? So always check with the pediatrician first, but the current ingredients, which are Melissa extract, lavender, chamomile, it was reformulated not too long ago, so that it would be really gentle and could be used in smaller concentrations with kiddos about 1 year and older. Right. So, and I feel like a big reason of this, like you just want to make sure that they're keeping it out of their eyes, their ears, and mouth. You don't want them like drinking this, right? So, you want to make sure that it's a controlled bath, always an adult presence, taking care of things, making sure that the bath essence isn't getting in their eyes, ears, and mouth, etc. And always do that skin sensitivity test beforehand. Can Melissa bath essence be applied directly to the skin? I don't have time for baths. I don't have a bathtub, etc. Do make sure, especially with kiddos, you're following the instructions for proper dilution in a warm bath. So they should be using, like that half size, that half portion would be a 1/4 to a half capful of the bath essence in a bathtub with warm water. Do properly dilute it for children, especially. A fast, simple alternative. If someone says they don't have a bathtub, have them do a foot bath, like a foot soak, just a little tub, a little bucket of water with about a 1/4 capful of the bath essence and soak their little feet in it. They'll still get great results and great absorption that way. Okay. And I'll leave that up in case anyone's taking screenshots. Okay. For Time Cream, again, great for the lower respiratory tract, cough and chest congestion, things like that. And it has great antiseptic, antispasmodic properties that really help calm cough, but also keep things moving, right? So always recommend a skin sensitivity test with any of our products, but especially something like Time that has that warming effect that can make our skin sometimes just look a little red, etc. So some people get really worried about that. I mean, most people just know that it comes with the warming sensation, but if people are asking, can Time Cream be applied to infants? Always consult the pediatrician first, perform that skin sensitivity test. Again, since Time Cream has that warming effect, some skin types might show a little bit of redness after application. Some people have a little bit of bumpiness. That's not always a sign of an allergy, but some people's skin does react that way. If it feels itchy or like it's not comfortable, then they won't want to use it in a larger area. But it does work wonders. So it's definitely worth having people try it. And also sometimes younger children's skin on their chest maybe doesn't tolerate Time Cream as well, but they can often apply it to the soles of their feet and not have that reaction. So that's another thing that you could recommend to your customers who are using this with kids. How much time cream should be used with children? So ages 6 and up, apply about half a teaspoon once or twice a day. Ages 1 and up would apply a small amount to the soles of their feet once or twice a day. So just like a very tiny amount just to massage the soles of their feet because they tend to have more sensitive skin. Okay, any questions about that? All right, with Eucosol. So Eucosol, great for opening airways so we can breathe through a stuffy nose. Really works great for clearing the mind, stimulating our senses, and helping us breathe more easily through our nose. Remember that this one is recommended for ages 3+. So you'll get that question a lot. Can this Eucosol spray be used with children? Yes, but it's recommended for ages 3+. And we always keep eucalyptus and mint and things like that away from the face. They can be irritants with that sensitive skin that kiddos have. It can be also just applied to the air or to clothing or to bedding, right? So a lot of times people like it just to have it on the kids stuffy so that they can just breathe it in from farther away. An alternative would be to mist this in the air or on a tissue as needed versus having it so close up to your kiddos. And if you have, like with Eucosol, I always ask if the child has a history of asthma or bronchospasms, because then they will want to stay away from eucalyptus products for the most part, since it can be a trigger for some people with asthma or bronchospasms. And how many sprays does a full-size Eucosol contain? There are approximately 450 sprays in one full-size bottle. It's going to last them a long time, which is great for building the value of this set. And remember that this set that we're talking about, kids care set, all of the products are full size. So it's a really good value. With the deal this month, they're getting a huge discount, and we have all these different uses. We just wanted to make sure that you have that information available. Remember that we're all like every kid's case is different, but these are in general some ways that you can answer those questions. We do want to be responsible all the time when we're using any products with our kids, right? So please let us know in the chat or via message later on if you have any other questions about that so that you feel really confident making these recommendations and giving accurate information. Any questions? Cesar, Cynthia, if you have anything to add in the chat, feel free, but hopefully we've covered some of the main FAQs, okay? All right, so let's move on to our special challenge. We are going to use a link that you already got the first week of this month. We're going to keep focusing on this kids care set because it is such a good deal and it covers so many uses, gives you lots of content ideas for social media outreach, etc. So we're going to keep working on this same challenge. So I want you to all go into, if you have a second device, that's great. If you're on the same device, that's fine. You know the drill. Go into a browser, not your app, not your virtual website, or not your virtual office. I mean, go into a browser and open up your personal shopping website, right? Like your personal website. Check that your name is at the top and go into shop and promos and offers. So we go into shop to be in our shopping website, promos and offers, and we scroll down to open the kids care set. Okay, and click up at, once you've opened the kids care set page, click on the URL at the top and copy it. And we're going to send that link off to Cesar and save it in your notes or wherever you need to keep it so that you can apply that as a direct product link in your content every time that you're talking about this kids care set and all of its different benefits, okay? Okay, any questions? We're going to give you a minute to go ahead and do that process. I have the instructions out one more time. I'll play a little, oh, I don't think I shared sound with you guys, but I'll play a little music. Can you hear it okay? Go ahead and get that link ready and send it off to Cesar right away. We have his contact information on the bottom of this slide. I'll be right back. All right. So hopefully that was plenty of time to get this done. We've become pros at this whole process, right? So let us know if you have any questions or technical difficulties, but this is the set we are focusing on this week. So your next job is to, my slide isn't going for some reason. It always wants to hold on to that video one more time. Okay, so what's next? Come up with some hooks based on your targeted customer need, which is taking care of kids, all of those different uses we just talked about with those products in this set. Come up with a description of a routine to use with that and its benefits. You could just add that in a written description underneath a short video clip, or you could actually talk about it in your video, right? So there's lots of different ways to give that information. Try to include testimonials and storytelling to bring it to life and give it credibility as much as possible. Then always include a call to action. Tell them what to do next. If you have gotten someone to stop their scroll, look at your social media content, for example, and either watch your demonstration or read your caption, you want to tell them what to do next, right? So message or, comment, link, and I'll send you the link, or follow. I usually have to say follow and comment so that they can actually get a message from me. Or click on the link tree in my bio if you're on Instagram, or click the link in the comments if you're on Facebook. Give them something specific to do that will lead them to the next step, or reach out to you with questions. In TikTok, I usually have people email me. I keep my email in my bio so that people can email me with questions. I get lots of contact that way. So just do those little things so that people know what to do next, and include those hashtags and keywords that you want people to be able to search and find as they need, and post in different ways. Post lives, reels, stories. You can really vary it, and there's lots of materials available for you in your consultant app to get you started. Okay. So this week we are trying to sell one or more kids care sets to get a free roll-on 31 herbal oil. I'm very excited about this one. So just copy and paste your direct link in a message or email for Saysad. Send it to him now or tomorrow morning if you're catching the replay, but let's get it done as soon as possible. And you want to sell at least one set via your personal website. It does exclude PCC, spa orders, and personal consultant orders. So make sure that you're selling with that direct link to your personal website. Let us know if you have any questions about that, and write it on your to-do list between now and Thursday. Okay. All right, so we've been talking a lot about using our needs cards, right? All of our different needs cards. I can only find my Spanish ones right now for some reason. I have to figure out where my English cards went. Probably in my kids' toys somewhere. Oh my goodness. They find cards of any sort and they like to play with them. So we have our needs cards, and we have these available like this from our consultant kit that we got at the beginning, right? You can always order more. If some of us like to have multiple sets for in-person spas, etc., or if yours are misplaced or your kids steal them. But you can buy them in personal order as well. But we want to talk to you about how you get these from our consultant app in a digital form, and you can save them in your camera roll and use them in different ways. Okay. So this is nice since a lot of our customers we reach out to via social media, or they might live in another state. We might message them, right? It's important to have some other options for these as well. So when we are getting a virtual needs cards, we're going to start in our consultant app in the resources folder. And go ahead and follow along with me if you haven't done this before. Okay, then we go into the resources folder, and you should see number 6. It says spa, virtual spa materials. And then there's a whole folder full of needs cards. So these are all separate images of the cards themselves in their high quality images. You don't have to screenshot things. And you will see we're working on updating this so that you can see the actual image as you click on it, but that we're working with that to get that updated so they're even easier to find. But you'll search for your need or scroll through, click on it, and open up one of your images, right? Remember that we click on open, and that will take us to the image that's in the Google folder of all these images. And there you'll go up to the little menu that is within Google. So it's those 3 little dots on the right hand upper corner. And this is an image. So technically you could screenshot it if you want. You're going to get a little bit better quality if you do this process like this. You click on the little menu, you choose send a copy, even though you're not sending it to anyone, just you're sending it to your camera roll, right? Click on send a copy and scroll down to save image. This is an iPhone example. Android should look somewhat similar because it is via Google, right? So just that last little step might look slightly different on Android, but it should let you save it. Otherwise, you can always screenshot it and resize it so you have that image. Okay, any technical difficulties? Quick reminder. Okay, we're in resources, spa materials, needs cards. Choose a needs card that you would like to save in your camera roll to use with your social media or messaging. Open up the little menu with the 3 dots, send a copy, save image. It looks like so many steps, but it takes about 2 seconds. Okay. So then once you have that saved in your camera roll, you can use it in your social media messaging in different ways. Now we're going to talk about these a little bit. You can use either you can open up the virtual ones in your app if you'd like, or if you have the real ones nearby, if you have them in your workspace, go ahead and grab them. If you don't have your needs cards nearby, I'm sure you're pretty familiar with them at this point. Just grab a sheet of paper. We're going to do a little bit of brainstorming to see which of our needs cards best match up with the kids care set that we are discussing. So I would like everyone to take out your needs cards. They can be per paper or virtual. If you don't have either of those available, go ahead and grab a sheet of paper and you can brainstorm them just off the top of your head, okay? So we have our needs cards. We're going to shuffle through them and we're going to make a list, or you can just set them aside, right? If you've got the real deal here, set aside all the needs that are addressed by the new kids care set. So it's that same set I talked about at the beginning of the webinar. Go ahead and look at the products that are on your screen right now and just flip through your needs cards, either paper or virtual, or just grab a sheet of paper and make a list. How many different needs are we talking about with this set? Go ahead and make yourself a list of everything you can think of. I'm going to use my cards here. There's a lot. I'm finding a lot already. It is a lot. Okay, so I think I've got almost all of them. Let's see. Okay. So I've got baby hygiene, like with the lavender cream for diaper rash. I've got athlete's foot and fungus for tea tree cream. Acne, tea tree cream. Bumps and bruises, body balm. Sports pain and cramps and things like that. A lot of teenage and middle school athletes, I'm sure. The respiratory care card, indigestion, kids eating too much at a birthday party. They can, oh wait, do we have, oh no, you know what? I'm thinking of, I was talking about chamomile, but I don't have chamomile. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that one. Babies and children getting a good night's rest, insomnia, being calm, especially Melissa Bath Essence is good with that one. Better concentration, like with eucalyptus and mint in Eucosol spray. Nausea. Oh, and then you know what? Again, I was thinking of chamomile. So I've got a whole stack that go along with the set. I'm going to keep these, either your cards or your list. I'm going to keep them in my workspace right next to my to-do list. And I'm going to be grabbing these, whether it's the actual card or the virtual version, and I'm going to use them for my social media content this week so I can sell some of these kids sets and get a free 31 herbal roll-on from Cesar and Cynthia. Thanks, guys. Okay, so all right, so now the next step of that, you have some topics set aside. on your to-do list or your needs cards. Now I want you to come up with 5 hook phrases you could use for those needs. This is on a piece of paper. And I would like you to send me one in the chat if you can. A hook phrase, think of it as someone's on social media scrolling through. What are some things we could say to stop the scroll of our ideal customer, which would be like a parent of children, for any of these needs? So take a little minute and think about what we could use there. I think for time's sake, I'm going to show you my starters that you can use to create these. So do something like stop just accepting bumps and bruises and try this instead. Or, oh, I thought I'd never get my kids to stop scratching their mosquito bites or their scabs until I tried this. This is my favorite stuffy nose trick. High maintenance toddler toes. Oh, you won't believe the difference this make. And I added some before and after videos or images. Or how I get my kids to sleep at night after a really long, busy day. And I talk about Melissa Bath Essence in the caption. And I say, I just have like my hook phrase. I say, read the caption for details, and I write about it in the description. These are really easy things that you just need to be careful with your wording like this so that you are stopping the scroll right away. You're not saying, hey, my name is whatever. You want to get people as soon as they see your content, something like this is going to get them to stop scrolling and pay attention. Yes? Okay, so these are the steps that we're going to do. And then you just use those hook phrases to demonstrate this set this week. So you're using a hook phrase to stop the scroll, explain more details in the description or demo, add a needs cards image to your post or video. We'll review that quickly. And send your post or a screenshot of it to Cesar or Cynthia for a special gift. So those of you who are live and you've got your to-do list ready to go, send a screenshot of my post with a needs card for kids care, right? So it has to be a post about kids care. That's set. It should include an image of a needs card. And it should have your direct product link, things like that below, right? But we want to show Cesar or Cynthia that we are able to do this, that we are using these customer needs, and we're creating good content on social media, and they're going to send you a special surprise for that. So put that on your to-do list and get that done this week to practice this skill. Okay. All right. Now we want to just review a couple of little things before we go here today. These are things you've already seen, so I'm going to go through them quickly, but just as a reminder, they go along with this Kids Care set. So remember that when you are prospecting and looking for new customers or consultants who have kids, right, who are interested in kids care, there's a lot of our prospecting profiles that match up with this, right? Parents managing family expenses, stay-at-home parents, part-time workers, educators, adapting to inflation maybe, extra spending money, all these things. So whether you're looking for prospective consultants or customers, there's a lot of our profiles that fit this Kids Care set. We're looking for things like new parents, parents of young children, daycare, like especially in-home daycares that might want to have a little first aid kit ready to go, caregivers and babysitters. We are focusing on parent groups on social media, pediatricians and private clinics, parent support groups and organizations. These are all places we should be looking at to reach out to new people and find new customers. So we want to use social media marketing with educational content and testimonials. We want to collaborate with influencers, bloggers, or it could even be like hosts or social sharing partners that are sharing like a spa link for you or something like that. You want to collaborate with other people to reach a wider audience. You're attending events and fairs to meet new people and put out those needs cards and talk to people about that set. Share offers and promotions, and do virtual and in-person spas. These are all great ways to connect with new people, and just always highlight the specific benefits of your products, the safety, the pharmaceutical quality that makes them special, that makes them stand out amongst everything else that is out there. So just keep these key people, these target audiences in mind as you're creating that content this week. Okay. And just my last little reminder, remember last week we talked about how can I put a little image of one of these little needs cards in my social media content. So it's just on there like a little sticker, because they're so cute, right? And they really put the need at the forefront of our content. So whether you are in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc., they all have different options to add stickers from your camera roll. So if you have your needs cards in your camera roll, all you have to do is add them as a sticker. So what you'll do this first, I'll just share this example from Facebook again. You post your video, click edit, click the little sticker icon that looks like a little face, choose the picture icon that will bring you to your camera roll and add your needs card. And then you can resize it and move it around as needed. In TikTok, it's the same thing. Basically, you add your video to TikTok and you will see a little smiley face. That's your sticker button. Click on the photo option there, and you can choose to make a photo from your camera roll into a sticker. And the same thing with Instagram. This is an Instagram Reels. You have that same little sticker with a smiley face. That little icon is your sticker. Click on photo and choose something from your camera roll. So it's a really easy way to just add those needs cards into your content. It takes 1 to 2 extra clicks and you're ready to go. Okay. My face always looks really funny on those screenshots. Okay, so grab that to-do list. Let's go through our call to action. Send your direct product link for the Kids Care set to Cesar today. Sell at least one set between now and Thursday using all these different strategies we just talked about. Also, when you share content with like a little sticker with a needs card, send it to Cesar and Cynthia so you can get a special surprise. We want to make sure that you're doing it and putting all these skills to use. Create meaningful content for caring for kids with accurate information, helpful information based on customer needs, and just overall set a great goal of selling $300 or more in products and sets overall this week to keep your business growing and moving. As always, keep an eye on your goals for a Journey to the Origin, the Switzerland trip for 2025. You should have your goals for this month in an email from the company. And just keep in mind, we are working towards each week, we're doing a little more than the last, each day a little more than the last, each month a little more than the last, just to keep growing personally and professionally with our used business. So thank you so much, everyone who has joined us for our weekly webinar. Thanks for sharing a little bit of your evening with us. Those of you who are staying here live, I have a few time-sensitive reminders to share with you, but otherwise just have a great night and we will see you soon.